Every morning I walk my nephew to school. I stay 2 steps behind him because nobody else seems to have his back. I've heard kids on the playground tease him about having his auntie fight his battles, but since teething rings and baby rattles, I'm all he's had. Friendly fire. No smiling bullets is what got a hold of my brother. His dad, his mother works 16 hours, sleeps 8, but needs 24-hour rehab because ever since that incident that took my nephew's pops, she can't sleep at night. So she pops OCs and bikes, hoping that it'll help her forget that the same country her husband left to fight for left 3 shells by his slain body. My nephew's name is Robbie, and I'm the most influential figure in his life. Every morning I wake up bearing this responsibility to teach him wrong from right, because the last thing I want is for my nephew to become a number. Like the 1 out of 7 people in Detroit that's illiterate, or the 3 out of 5 with an STD, or the 4 just depending on the toe tag. I tell him to not get comfortable with the number of his age because even that's temporary. I try to distract him with childish games such as zing, zing, zing like a washing machine to keep his innocence clean. And I don't let him play with water guns because I don't want him familiar with the feeling of clips in his palms, triggers on his fingers, and pointing barrels at targets. Some people may call me overprotective, but this world just hasn't done an adequate job at protecting. They say that children are the future. Well, that's synonymous with saying that the future is dead, because anytime a young man of 15 years can be executed in his own front yard by his dad and receive nothing more than a 7-line newspaper article and a closed casket funeral, that's something fucked up. And I feel as if I hadn't done enough because all I could give Jamar Pinckney Jr. was a haiku. The great will die young, but the story will live on with him forever. However, I don't want my nephew to be one of those, hey, do you remember that kid, that urban myths? We're trying to mold him into one of those, hey, did you see that kid? Just inspirations. It's a shame that my inspiration for writing this piece is rooted from a conversation. I said, Robbie, what do you want to be when you grow up? He didn't say that he wanted to be an actor, a doctor, or some Tom Sawyer writer, or a firefighter. Hell, I would have been fine if my nephew would have told me that he wanted to be a puppy. Because at least then would he be expecting a great change from himself. My nephew looked at me and said, Auntie Raya, when I grow up, I just want to be alive. And the only thing more startling in his response was its validity. So yeah, every morning I walk my nephew to school. And I stay 2 steps behind him, hoping that somebody else will join me on this journey, so I won't be the only one who has his back.